Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Jay. Welcome to my journey. This is the third time today I have filmed this video. I have filmed this video 6 times. Six times. I'm fucking over it. If this does not work, y'all will never know the story of what happened when I got catfished. Anyway, I digress. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, please subscribe and press that notification bell to get notified every single time I post a new video. I make no promises as to when I'm going to post a new video because I am a very busy woman. Just kidding, guys. I'm not busy. Sometimes I just lack the motivation to post new videos, or I have technical difficulties with my devices. But anyway, let's get right into this video. Hi, guys. Welcome back. From reading the title below, you know that we're talking about the time I got catfished. First off, I just want to make a few disclaimers. Yes, these are my boobs. Yes, you can kind of see them because my light is flashing on my chest, and this is kind of a see-through shirt. Also, you might hear the wind or things happening in the background. It's hot in my boyfriend's room. They keep the heat on 73 always, even if it's not hot outside. Anywho, I digress. So you might hear some noises out there. I have water. My throat has been very dry lately. I don't have coronavirus, okay? Because everyone thinks if anything's wrong with you, you have coronavirus. I don't have it. I just need to stay hydrated. This is water, lemon water, you know, trying to lose that weight, trying to stay with weight management, you know, help the digestive system. So you might see me drinking this. Now that we are done with disclaimers, let's get into today's video. Okay, guys, so I'm gonna make this story short, sweet, and simple because a lot of things that I've been getting back, like feedback, is saying to make my videos shorter. So I'm gonna try to keep this as short and sweet as possible. So I was 19 years old and I was heavy into online dating. I was on Tinder, Bumble, Plenty of Fish, Hinge, blah, 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 blah. I was on all of them. Tinder, I was done with because all guys wanted off Tinder was to have sex, and I didn't want to have sex with nobody. I was only 19. I had only had one other sexual partner at that time. The guy I lost my virginity to. It might have been 2. I don't remember. But it wasn't that many guys, so I really wasn't into having sex like that yet, you know. But anywho, I was on Bumble because I had given up on Tinder. And if you don't know what Bumble is, Bumble is like where the girl has to talk to the guy first. It's really stupid. But anyway, I was on there because I thought the white guys looked better than on Tinder. So if you guys don't know, I don't want to say that I discriminate, but I have typically talked to, my track record shows that I typically go for white guys. My ex-boyfriend is half black, half Asian, and the guy before him was Mexican. So guys that I hook up with typically are white. I don't typically date them. Oh, that sounds terrible. Sorry, Mom. We're being honest here. This is my time to be honest. But okay, anyway, I was on there and I met this guy. I think his name was Michael. I don't have him on anything, so I don't care if I say his name. And Michael's such a typical name that it could literally mean anyone in this world. So we had matched and we had been talking for like 2 months, and we had finally decided to go on a date with each other. And so we had decided to go to my downtown like area or whatever. So we're gonna go to this little place called Le Chocolat. I'm leaving my grandma's house. I had just come from like cleaning my car and everything. I had looked cute like I am today. So I had like text him as I was pulling up, and I'm like, hey, I just passed the restaurant, I don't see you, where are you? He's like, oh, I'm out front. And I'm like, I only saw 2 people. It couldn't have been one of you because that's not how you look. Mind you, y'all, and I'm so sorry again, the wind's gonna be in the background, but I can't be hot. This man's told me he was a not a bodybuilder, but he was a trainer, that he worked with special needs kids. He was about to graduate from college, and he was 6 feet tall. So I'm thinking I'm gonna get this like muscular dude, you know, with a sweetheart, because he works with the special needs kids. And at the time I was working with special needs kids, so I was like, oh my gosh, we're a match made in heaven, until I saw him. Okay? So I go and I park my car and I walk up and I see this guy. He's probably 5'7", scrawny as hell, and he's like, his body's like this on a tilt. Like my body's tilted a little bit, but that's because I need a chiropractic adjustment. His body was like tilted, like truly off. And so I'm like, okay, like physical appearance doesn't matter that much. It does, but it doesn't. You know, I'm more about what's on the inside than the outside. So we go inside the little chocolateria or whatever, and he's talking about how everything costs too much money. So I'm like, okay, we can go somewhere else, like cool. So we're walking around the downtown area or whatever, and everyone is like stopping for us, holding the door open for us. He's walking really slow because like he's limping, y'all, like dead ass limping around. And I was like, oh my god, like I was like low-key embarrassed because like he didn't warn me beforehand, so I really didn't know what was going on. But anyway, I continued with the date because I'm a really nice person and I didn't just want to leave because I don't want someone to just walk up and leave the date because they think I'm ugly. Like at least have the decency to finish the date out, you know? So I'm like, okay, like whatever, cool. So we go to this little gelato place right next to the chocolate shop, like 20 minutes later. And the girl inside the gelato place was like, oh, is this together or separate? And he goes, oh, she's going to pay for herself. So instantly, this is no longer a date to me. Like, if I gotta pay for my own stuff, this isn't a date. It would be different if we had been talking for a while and then he was paying for stuff sometimes and I was paying for stuff sometimes. But this is the first date and he asked me on a date, not the other way around. So you pay. Like, I could have even understood if I would have asked him on a date, but he didn't. He asked me. So I was like, okay, we friends. It is what it is. I already don't like you because you're a liar. And I just want to make full disclaimer that I do not judge people by the way they look on their outer appearance, because I personally have scars over my entire body that I am able to hide very well, but I'm very insecure about. And I wouldn't want someone not to talk to me because they saw my scars and they thought that my scars were like me as a person. So like, I don't ever judge someone off of their physical appearance. It's just that don't lie to me about it. If he would have been like, oh, you know, I'm like limping a little bit and I'm actually not a trainer, you know, I'm trying to become a trainer, like I would have understood. We all got to start somewhere. But he lied, and I don't like liars. I do not deal with liars well. So after that, I'm like, okay, I gotta go. And so we're walking back, and he was like, oh, let me walk you to your car. And I'm like, oh, it's okay, I can walk myself, like it's fine. Like I didn't want him to put any more pressure on his legs. And so we get to where his car is, and his car's gone. Yeah, gone, towed away, far away. So he's like freaking out, and I'm like, bro, like call the tow, like there's a little sign, like call the sign. That's probably 9 times out of 10 where your car is. So he calls, and then he was like, they were like, yeah, we have your car. It's gonna be $300 to get it out today. If you come tomorrow, it's gonna be $500, and we close in 30 minutes. See, I was smart and I read the signs and I parked in free parking, but he didn't do the same. So his car got towed. So he's like, fuck, like cursing and all this stuff. And I'm like, it's okay, like calm down. Like I get it. I would have been hyped too in that moment, but it wasn't my car. So he's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And I was like, maybe you can call an Uber or like a Lyft to take you over there. He's like, that's gonna take too long. They close in 30 minutes and blah blah. I'm like, ugh. He was like, do you think you could give me a ride? And I'm like, ugh. So I'm like, okay, like I'll give you a ride, because I'm so freaking nice, y'all. Like I'm too nice sometimes. It's in my car, and he's like, oh my god, your car's so fucking clean. And I was like, yeah. He was like, in my car I could barely fit myself. And I'm like, what? Like it's just getting worse and worse and worse. So this man was not 6 feet tall. He was shorter than me. He was not a personal trainer, and he did not work with special needs kids. So I'm trying to drive him to the place or whatever, and he's like rushing me, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, he was like, do you think you can drive any faster? Like, I'm gonna have to pay $500 to get my car out if you don't get there quick enough. And I was like, you can get the fuck out of my car, because at this point I was heated. Like, you lied to me, and then you're rushing me in my car that you're not giving me gas for. Like, no, this ain't how this works. So I'm like, you can get the fuck out of my car, or you can shut the fuck up and I'll get you there, but don't rush me. So he was like, I'm sorry, I'm just like freaking out, I'm panicking, I'm gonna have to pay my mom back. And I'm like, yeah, you're gonna have to pay a whole lot of people back, because your ass couldn't even afford gelato. Like, gelato, a scoop. I don't even eat that much. So like, I got the little kids one. I digress. So we get to the place and I text my best friend. I'm like, yo, like, hit me up and say it's an emergency. And she was like, okay, say less, sis. So she hit me up, said it was an emergency. And I was like, oh my God, I got to go. And he was like, oh, I really wanted to finish the date. And I was like, yeah, sorry, it's an emergency. So the next day I go to work and I'm telling them about what happened on this date, and they're all laughing, thinking it's funny. And I was like, I'm just not going to go out with him again. And my boss at the time was like, you know, Jameer, you can't do that. You know, sometimes people are really embarrassed by their physical problems, and maybe he just didn't feel comfortable enough to tell you. And I was like, no, like, I get it. So I was like, I'm going to go on one more pity date with this guy, and then I'm going to let him go because I really don't like him. He's a liar. Until I got home that night, and this man's texting me, and I'm gonna put it in here. There, read it. Yeah. I cursed him out and I blocked his number. So then he hit me up on social media, and I blocked him on there too, so he couldn't talk to me at all. This man's gonna ask me for ass shots? Like, first off, I don't even send nudes. Yeah, I wasn't on that. I felt highly offended, and I blocked him on everything, and I deleted all of my dating apps for like 3 months. And I was just like, I'm gonna meet someone the authentic way. We're gonna meet in person. We're gonna bump into each other and fall in love. And yeah, no, that didn't happen. I ended up getting back on Tinder. I met my current boyfriend off of Tinder, off of an online dating app. So it's not all bad. Sometimes they are good. I promise. Not every person catfishes you. It is a risk you take, but that was one time out of maybe 150 dates that I got catfished. So there you have it, guys. The time that I was catfished. I have lived to tell the tale, and I can laugh about it now. So laugh at me in the comment section below. Go ahead and like this video if you've made it this far. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and press that notification bell to get notified every single time I post a new video. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys. I love you, 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 I love you.